what's up guys? Operator Poopski here, and today we're doing part 2 of our 8-part series detailing the weapons in Onward. And today we're focusing on the specialist class for Marsoc. And first one up is probably the only one typically worth using, and that's the Mk18. And why it's so great is because it's basically a smaller version of an M16. It's chambered in 5.56. The magazine type and bolt type are the same, drop free, hold open. In this case though, it's semi-auto and full auto rather than the 3-round burst. Also 30 rounds, 4 magazines, great penetration. The range is only 300 meters, low recoil, very low recoil, high rate of fire, and the damage is also pretty typical. So another thing to note, this gun is very special in Onward in that it's the only one that can use a grenade attachment. It's... look at that. Look at that beauty. It's not cheap though. It's 4 points, and that adds up. And 4 points. I don't even know. I don't think there's anything else in the game that's 4 points. There's a couple of 3s, plenty of 2s, but that's the only 4. And it's important to note that you only get 1 grenade. So you better use it well. And I mean, ready? Oh no! Pretty dope though. I mean, come on, how great is that? But 1 shot, and then the rest of the game you have, you have this grenade launcher that you'll never get a reload for. But how cool is that to hold it right there? You can also hold it right there, interestingly enough. Anyways, Mk18, very short, great for close quarters, especially if you slap a red dot sight on it. Yeah, it's a pretty sweet gun. You can do a ton of attachments, which I'll show in a later video, aside from just this one. It is a shame, though, that you can't pick up more ammo for this. Even if you find, and this is important to remember, like I said, if you have that 1 grenade, so even if you're on a map and you find an ammo box, you're not getting any more grenades for it. It's not going to happen. So just bear in mind that you have that 1 shot, and really, realistically, I would rather have the 4. I'll tell you this much: this is the first time I've equipped the grenade launcher, and I'm doing it for a tutorial video. I never use it. Maybe in PvP it might be useful. I guess it's worth, because if it's only 5v5, you might be able to, if you know that somebody is hiding somewhere, you could blast them with a grenade. And there's some value there, but in co-op, forget about it. If you have 20, 30 guys, 1 grenade is only going to do so much, and then you've just lost a proper foregrip. I don't know if the foregrip gives you better stability versus holding that right there, but I guess with this gun it doesn't really matter since the recoil is so low anyways. Okay, next up is the Venerable Mp5. Who doesn't recognize this gun? It's been around for a very long time. I forget which decade. I want to say 60s, 70s, maybe 80s. I don't know, but that's 30 years that I just gave myself a margin for, so that's cool. Anyways, submachine gun, semi-auto, full auto, manual release. The bolt is hold open, 9 by 19 millimeter for the caliber, and same old 30 rounds, 4 magazines. It has a very pretty decent rate of fire. The damage is very low. The recoil is also very low, and the range is significantly low, like 200 meters. It's not a lot. And like I said at the top of the video, I really only mess with the Mk18 because as much as I've loved the MP5 in other games, in this one, I'm not feeling it. Like, you can tell the recoil is nothing, and it might look good for plinking targets, but in game modes, man, the damage is just so low, and you might be able to unload on guys and have great coverage and be able to control it really well, but it just doesn't add up. I can't tell you how many times I've died because I tried the MP5 and I shot them and they didn't go down. I shot them twice and they didn't go down. I mean, you try it, you know, again, take everything that I say with a grain of salt. I'm not a fan. Well, hold on. I take that back. I'm a fan in this game. I'm not a fan. Yeah, I'm just going to drop that there. Okay, next up we have the P90, and this gun is tiny. Look how small that is. Like, wow. And obviously it has the super cool ergonomic grips. It's chambered in a very awkward caliber, 5.7. The only other gun in the game chambered in 5.7 is the 5.7 pistol. So don't expect to be picking up any ammunition off anyone else or trading with someone else with this gun. But that being said, you get 4 magazines with 52 rounds. 52 rounds. That's like 208 rounds. You might have noticed the hard cut. I won't tell you how long it took me to add that up. Anyways, the damage, though, not that great. Rate of fire, extremely high. Extremely high. The recoil, very low. And the range, just like the MP5, not that great. You know, semi-auto, full auto. Good luck using full auto. The bolt type is closed, and the magazine type is a manual release. And this one, if you're going to bother using this, I highly recommend you practice reloading it before you ever go into a live game with it. So let's take it for a quick spin. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. I know. Oh. Whoops. Pro tip, don't shoot one-handed. You know, that might look great. You might be able to sit there and spray and still have, maybe a third of a magazine left. But this thing it doesn't drop dudes fast enough. It doesn't drop them fast enough. And you might think, with 52 rounds, notice how it loads from the top. Right? So you press the magazine release, grab it, pull it away, drop it on the top, boom. You might think, oh, I'll go semi-auto and just light guys up. You know, try it. I've tried that many times, and it has never worked for me. You know, don't let this shooting range footage fool you. Shooting range targets have 1 health. You shoot them, they go down. It's not the same thing in other game modes. So, is it a cool gun? Absolutely. Would it work in very, very closed, tight CQC environments? Maybe. Just like with the MP5, I'm not a fan. I'm not. If I had to choose between the two, I would probably turn the game off and go to bed. Okay, and next up is the only shotgun in the Marsoc equipment is the M101-4. It's a shotgun, 12 gauge, semi-auto. The magazine type is an internal tube, which I'll show you how to reload that in a second. Extremely high damage, and that's great. Rate of fire, obviously, for any shotgun is very low. Recoil, obviously, very high, and obviously the range is not going to be that great, 50 meters. And penetration, not so great. You have 2 ammo types, buckshot and slug. I'm going to go with buckshot right now. and you get 31. You get 6 shells in the gun, 31 to reload with. Now, I'll be honest with you, as cool as it sounds to have a shotgun, in this game, I frankly have not had much success with it, and I haven't seen anyone that has. To me, it seems like one of those things that it's just in the game just to be in the game. Maybe in PvP it might have some utility. I don't know. I honestly, I don't do enough PvP to know if this is useful or at least worth using over really any other of the guns. But I mean, yeah. I mean, I was able to drop those guys quick without even really needing to aim that much. But you have to bear in mind that it doesn't take very much range between targets to start to lose effectiveness. And just because that target turned black, just because that target turned black doesn't mean that it would have died if it was in a game, an actual co-op game or PvP game. You know, again, in close quarters, sure. In close quarters, maybe it could be very effective. There we go. Proper way to reload it. But, and I'll give you an example of the actual rate of fire. I'm going to pull the trigger as fast as I can, and you'll see how fast it can shoot. Now, that being said, you would probably never want to shoot that fast, because did you see the jump on the barrel there? Yeah, but, you know, if you're playing around, like let's say you're playing on co-op with, on Elite, with only, 2 squads, right? So you know that there aren't that many guys and it's close quarters. Oh yeah, if you're turning a corner and a hallway, and that hallway is only from there to there, yeah, you're gonna wreck a guy with this thing. It's fun, but I don't know if it's very practical. Okay, and next up is the 5.2 Commando. This is the only other gun that I pretty much bother with under the Specialist class. It's chambered in 5.56, so you have some decent stopping power. The 3-round burst is actually, this is the only gun that I bother using a 3-round burst on. But the semi-auto is also fantastic, too. Unfortunately, like with most Specialist guns, with the exception of the MK18, you can't put a foregrip on it, so the recoil is a little more than you'd like, but it's not that hard to get a good grip on, and the range is a little bit better with 300 meters, so this gun has some pretty good utility. The rate of fire is very high. Excuse me. And you do have 30 rounds, 4 magazines. Otherwise, it operates the same way as most of the other Marsoc assault rifles: manual release, hold open bolt. And also, a very cool thing is that the magazine is translucent. Is that the word? You can see through it, so you can actually see how many bullets you have left, more or less. And I gotta tell you, that really helps if you're in the middle of some shit and you're not sure if you need to reload. You have half a second to figure out. You just twist the gun, as I'll show you, and you can tell, like, oh yeah, I've got some bullets left. So you see, look at that. You can tell. I mean, yeah, you could always look down the magazine to see, but you don't have to. Like, look at that. You could tell right there. That's what, 10 rounds? 11. Yeah, look at that. And it's controllable. You put a red dot on this thing, and you can do some work. Maybe not at long range, effectively, but mid-range and definitely short range. You know, maps like Tanker or Cargo, you can really do some work with this. I don't mind this gun at all. I wish you could put a foregrip on it. That would be great. But, you know, whatever. Okay, last on the list is the Ballistic Shield. Yay! Who cares? No, it's a ballistic shield, and that's fun, I guess. There's really no stats to show on it. It's a ballistic shield. It speaks for itself. So really, if you pick this, it all comes down to what kind of pistol you take, because that's the only firearm that you can actually take. So, my recommendation would be to take something with a large magazine. And something that you're not going to have to think very much about when you're shooting, because you're going to be being shot at because you have a ballistic shield. I don't bother with this. I think it's boring, but obviously there's a utility to it. Only thing is, this does not clip to your body. So you can't throw this on your back or something. You can only drop it. That means if you want to reload, you have to drop your shield. If you want to turn on your laser or accessories or whatever, you have to drop your shield. So you have to have some forethought before equipping this thing. And also, your protection does end right there. So try to keep it low. Crouch, shoot like so. It's important to note that you'll notice I'm pulling the trigger right now and it's not shooting because it won't allow you to cheat like that. You have to have the gun at a certain angle that would make sense realistically in order for you to shoot. So keep that in mind. Come on. I am not good with this because I never use it. But, you can see stuff you would probably typically approach like this. You would get shot at. You'd be like, oh my god. And then you would... And the other thing is, pistols are different when you shoot them one-handed. They're a bit more controllable compared to other stuff. But, it's not easy. You're definitely more of a support role. So, ballistic shield, ugh. Okay, guys, so that's it for the Marsoc's specialist weapons. Tune in next time and we'll go over the support classes. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. I will catch you in the next video. I will catch you in the next video. Oh, come on. I will catch you in the next video. I will catch you in the next video. I will catch you in the next video. Yeah!